Hi everyone, my name is Lloyd Webley. I am a writer, theatre maker. I got into writing scripts because from an early age I was very interested in the arts. I was interested in performance, but I felt as I got older some of the stories that I was performing in didn't necessarily resonate with me, and I felt like I had lots of different stories based on my own experiences that I felt would have been beneficial for people to see. And also I just had a real keen desire to tell those stories and just wanted to know how to better kind of understand the nuances of writing. And so that's kind of how I got into it. Very much enjoyed writing throughout school, and then it was something I decided to take more seriously as a profession once I got to university. So during the workshop that I will be delivering, we will be looking at time and space in drama. How do you show that time is passing in drama? How do you show that something has happened years before? How do we look at the nuances of language? How can that actually change how the audience is perceiving what's happening on stage? So we'll be very much looking at closed time and space. What is the meaning of this? Closed time is happening here and now. It's very intense. It's very time-centered. And then we'll be looking at how does that work if it's not so time pressured and that environment is a little bit more open and time is passing in more of a more fluid way. And so we're looking at, what are the benefits of either or. Many of the pieces that you may watch in kind of a traditional theatre setting do tend to have time passing over a period of years or centuries. And so it's looking at the finer nuance of that and the finer details to see actually how the writer has gone about doing that. And so through this session, we'll be looking at your stories and whether it is something that you want to keep in a very confined, time-constrained space, or whether it's something that you want to be quite open, and that then obviously impacts on potentially the characters that you might choose to be in those spaces. And so it's looking at it more holistically. How does time and space affect the piece of drama that you want to write? So I am inspired by writers that are questioning the world. August Wilson, Fences is one of my favourite plays. I like a lot of contemporary work. Debbie Tucker-Green, Arinze Kenny, he's a performance artist but also a writer as well. He questions a lot about kind of masculinity and those sorts of themes and what that means. And so, the work that I'm interested in is very much people who are questioning the world around them, and that's the work that I tend to create as well. The best piece of advice I've ever received is that the first draft is just pouring words on a page. It's just getting things down and feeling that sense of accomplishment to know that you've actually created something. You've created a new world that just didn't exist before, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and that feedback is there to guide you for your next draft. So your next draft, the second draft, is about now, how can we kind of hone this down now and craft that story out of it. The first draft is really just about getting your ideas down on paper, finding the nuggets, finding the nuances that work, and then the second, third, fourth and beyond, it's all about developing that story. So there's no pressure really for the first draft. It's just about you having an idea, wanting to invite people into this new world, and then following on from that, it's about how do we develop and craft a really engaging story from that. So really, just don't worry about the first draft. Just focus on that sense of accomplishment of getting the words on the paper. So I enjoy writing drama. I enjoy involving those kind of comedic elements into something that is quite potentially a serious theme or topic. I wouldn't consider myself to be a politically driven writer, but I am very socially conscious, so I'm looking at the kind of human experiences and what that means to the wider environment that they're a part of, and particularly paying homage to my own culture as a Black British person as well. So obviously I'm looking through a particular cultural lens, and therefore that is what I like to write about and pay homage to. So I don't know if as a writer you ever feel that the script is fully complete. I think there's always things that you would like to add into there, or particularly when it's on the stage being performed, you'll say, oh, I wish that I could have added a line there, or that worked well, I wish I extended that. So I think that's why it's important to just have a team around you that really support and understand your work, because you as the writer might almost over-explain certain things in the play because you want it to be very clear to the audience. But sometimes it's about just letting the audience go on that journey themselves. So I think as a writer, your work is complete when it's time to get into the rehearsal room and inviting the actors to take onus of the characters. Now I think the script is there to guide the actors and guide the director in the direction that works for the world of this play. So I don't know if as a writer I could say that I ever feel that my work is complete. Once it gets into that space and you see that people are resonating with it, that means that they're getting something from it and therefore it's on the right path. In order to get over writer's block, I believe it's important to go and explore nature, get into different environments, think about experiences that may have been instrumental in you wanting to write this piece in the first place. Go and meet those people, go and speak with those people that are close to you, and it doesn't even have to necessarily be about any of the themes in the play, but it just needs to give you a kind of a moment to step away from that world and enter into the real world, and just take that time for yourself. Really, I think that's the only way to get over writer's block. I think it's stepping away from the intensity of the script, of the work that you're trying to devise, and utilizing that clear headspace to come back with a new, fresh energy. Well, I hope you found this interesting. I'm very much looking forward to the session on the 30th of August. If you have any more questions that you'd like to ask me, please feel free to email me at hello@cjloydwebley.com and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Take care. Look forward to seeing you there.